my shopper, bitch, I rarely miss. Why don't do unfamiliar conversations if we ain't acquainted? I'm out of that. I got too many niggas who powder trap to be speaking on freely around a rap. Had a legend on me, figured it was fitting since a nigga can't die. I'm a stand-up guy, why lie? I could damn near fly. You can say that it's legendary. Look at my bitch and she gorgeous. She do a thing in Adidas, but boobies and booty look that sick as tall shit. I'm in the caddy and floor shit. Only do dirt with my whole bitch. Real winners play the long game. When you first, it don't matter the score is. Motherfucker, I been broke down to my last, but this shit here legendary. I ain't giving. Yeah, this shit legendary, baby. This feel like a legend in its prime, baby. You gotta understand my greatness. I done been 0 to 100 real quick and back to 0 again. I done played every mob boss in the city like Robert De Niro in there. Fuck the suckers, tired of hearing from them. 40 hit him at a tear him an inch. I am not the type of player.
Razor sharp,
shoot my shot, bitch, I rarely miss. Why don't do unfamiliar conversations if we ain't acquainted? I'm out of that. I got too many niggas who powder trap to be speaking on freely around a rap. Had a legend on me, figured it was fitting since a nigga can't die. I'm a stand-up guy, why lie? I could damn near fly. You can say that it's legendary. Look at my bitch and she gorgeous. She do a thing in Adidas, but boobies and booty look that sick as tall shit. I'm in the caddy and floor shit. Only do dirt with my whole bitch. Real winners play the long game. When you first, it don't matter the score is. Motherfucker, I been broke down to my last, but this shit here legendary. I ain't giving. Yeah, this shit legendary, baby. This feel like a legend in its prime, baby. You gotta understand my greatness. I done been 0 to 100 real quick and back to 0 again. I done played every mob boss in the city like Robert De Niro in there. Fuck the suckers, tired of hearing from them. 40 hit him at a tear him an inch. I am not the type of player.
Razor sharp,
shoot my shot, bitch, I rarely miss. Why don't do unfamiliar conversations if we ain't acquainted? I'm out of that. I got too many niggas who powder trap to be speaking on freely around a rap. Had a legend on me, figured it was fitting since a nigga can't die. I'm a stand-up guy, why lie? I could damn near fly. You can say that it's legendary. Look at my bitch and she gorgeous. She do a thing in Adidas, but boobies and booty look that sick as tall shit. I'm in the caddy and floor shit. Only do dirt with my whole bitch. Real winners play the long game. When you first, it don't matter the score is. Motherfucker, I been broke down to my last, but this shit here legendary. I ain't giving. Yeah, this shit legendary, baby. This feel like a legend in its prime, baby. You gotta understand my greatness. I done been 0 to 100 real quick and back to 0 again. I done played every mob boss in the city like Robert De Niro in there. Fuck the suckers, tired of hearing from them. 40 hit him at a tear him an inch. I am not the type of player.
Let's try this. Let's try this. Are we here now?
We here.
Are we here now?
Dressed like me today.
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Yeah. Hello, hold on. Let me give you an applause because she's here. Alicia Michelle's in this motherfucker. I'm clicking the wrong. I'm all
Place
over
for shit.
shit.
There we go. There she is. We got a special guest today, Kristen, who will be helping us with this discussion of alternative relationships, alternative lifestyles. But I'm gonna just hand this shit over to Alicia Michelle. Go ahead and do your thing, baby. Welcome back.
Welcome back. We're back, bitches. It is I, Alicia Michelle, and this is the Legendary Dope Show. I don't know what season we're in. We're just here, and we're gonna knock out some episodes. We have Kristen here. We are gonna talk about alternative dating and alternative lifestyles. We've done an episode about this before. We didn't have a guest. I think we were able to get some callers in, and yeah, we're gonna have I'm gonna pick your brain. I'm gonna let you explain some stuff about your alternative dating lifestyles, and overall, we're here to educate and to gain respect. I feel like in this new world that we live in, you have to be very open to just love is love. You gotta be open to that. And here's River because she's gonna be.
She's in here today.
She's here.
Yeah.
And so you have to be open to that. So let me see. I guess there's a lot of different subcategories. So when we normally think of like alternative dating, we just think of like, well, we think of traditional dating where a man dates a woman, or people date monogamously, man, woman, 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 whatever. And then there's like other subcategories. Like the first thing we think of is like polygamy. Um, now the last episode, didn't we say that? Didn't we realize that polygamy and being polyamorous is different?
It is different.
Okay,
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
I remember that part.
We starting off good.
We're starting off
Our expert knows some shit. It is different. What is the difference? Can you explain the difference to us?
Well, I think. Well, I
From your
have to like
perspective.
look it up for it to like exactly know.
Right,
But
right, from your perception.
polyamory like literally means the ability to love more than one person at the same time,
Okay.
in a romantic way.
I feel like niggas do that a lot.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I think a lot of them are polyamorous. I feel like people are polyamorous. A lot of them are, and maybe they don't know the right word for it. Do you believe that you're polyamorous, Elle?
No, I don't. I don't believe that. I don't live that lifestyle. I don't think.
Okay.
I be having bitches, but I don't be trying to mingle with togetherness. That's
But
not my
like
thing.
love more than one person
I
doesn't
mean-
necessarily mean together.
Oh, okay.
right? So-
Not together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
polygamy's like under one roof. I feel like a little bit
So
amorous.
amorous is just loving more than one person.
Yes.
Well, and it's a broad term, right?
Right.
So it's like underneath that, there's a whole bunch of different ways that people can go about it, which is one of the reasons why I like it. You can really make your relationship look like however you and the other people involved need it to look like.
Okay.
You know?
I like that.
I feel like there's a lot of good communication in that.
Oh, you have to have.
You have to have communication. I feel like that's what people are kind of lacking in relationships, friendships, relationships, any kind of relationship. If the communication is not there, there's always that big question, what are we?
I'm gonna give you a clap for that. I'm gonna give you a clap for that.
People are asking like, what are we? And
Communication
then you're
is
like,
key.
we're just ordinary people.
We're just ordinary people.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to like deflect from it.
Right.
Like, what do you mean, what are we? Or, people getting mixed messages thinking just because someone can be with you every day, or a way that you guys are having sex because, we're having sex without rubbers, or that means that we're together, or you love me, or, and none of that matters if you don't communicate
Yeah.
really what's going on. So, yeah, I think that polyamorous people might just have like communication down better than the rest of us.
Right. As long as you can communicate your feelings and emotions, things shouldn't be a problem, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. I want to shout out everybody in the comments right now. Jen's in there, Joey Cash, Clarissa, Rowdy Gang, Granny Gang.
What's up, gang?
There's a whole bunch of people here. Yeah, we're on Instagram, live on Facebook, live
Why
on
would
YouTube.
Malachi call me right now?
Oh my gosh, Malachi. You don't see that we're in the middle of some shit.
Don't you see we're busy?
This guy.
Well, shout out to everybody in the comments. I cannot see. Oh, I can see now. Yay! What's up? So yeah, we're talking about alternative dating and lifestyles. We can also take callers as well.
Yes,
We're
we
kind of
can.
digging into the difference between like polygamy and being polyamorous. We have Christian here. She is explaining to us about how you are able to love people how you want to and love more than one person, being in a polyamorous relationship.
Definitely.
So being polyamorous, and we've talked about this a little bit on the show too, Elle, how we feel like it's like women don't necessarily want to just be talking to a bunch of guys, which I totally feel that. Has it ever been in your relationships that were like you've talked to like 5 people at one time, 4 people at one time?
As a female?
As a female, I mean, yeah. I mean, it kind of depends on what my level of commitment is to certain people. Because, I mean, let's be realistic. I only have so much time, energy to actually like commit to people, and then let alone be able to do all the other things I do in my life
Right.
that brings me joy and fulfillment. So, you know, if I'm fully committed, I feel like for me personally, my max is like 2. Like I can't go above that, but it depends on the level of commitment, right? So if I'm just like dating, you know, I could be talking to 4 or 5 different people trying to figure out who I want to be with.
Amen. And let's talk about that real fast. Dating. People are forgetting what dating really means. Dating means courting. It means talking to more than one person, not being committed in a relationship unless you guys have that conversation. It doesn't mean that, you know, you're dating 5 people, you're having sex with all 5 people, you're seeing somebody Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Hello, we are adults, we have jobs, we have responsibilities. But I feel like dating is something that people forget about, especially kind of in our age group. They feel like everything has to be so serious so fast.
Definitely.
Like, fuck that. Go date. You know?
So before we get, Kristen, are you polyamorous or are you in a what's the other word?
Polygamy?
Are you in a polygamous relationship? I'm sorry.
No, and I feel like I don't know the exact difference, but for me, when I think of polygamy, I think of like multiple wives or husbands,
Right,
you
right.
know, and polyamorous is like it could either be like you have like a throuple type situation where all 3 of you or 4 of you are dating, you live in the same house, all that kind of stuff, or I could like for me, how I do poly is like I'll date one person and then I'll date another person. Those relationships are separate. They'll know about each other. They'll, you know, might even meet each other at some point. But
Love that. Keep
That's
it
bold.
pimping. Keep it
That is
pimping.
bold
Keep
for
it
a female.
pimping.
That is very,
No, it's
very
not.
fucking bold.
It's
why
not.
is that bold for a
It's not,
female?
girl.
I don't know,
Power.
man.
It's not.
I think it's bold when men do it. So,
Yeah.
but I really think it's bold when women do it. Like, let me introduce you to my other man. Like, you could have kept that a secret, baby.
Well, the whole point is to not keep it a secret, right? It's to be
I-
open,
transparent,
honest.
I thought the whole point was to be successful at it.
See, that's your problem.
Who says you can't be successful at it?
Keep it pimping, Kristen. Keep it pimping.
Keep
I love it.
pimping, for real.
I love it.
Jesus.
Because guys will go through the hell and back trying to hide something.
We
But
will.
It's like,
We definitely
and a
will.
lot of the time when the girls do find out, it's more so about the damn he lied.
Yeah.
Just why couldn't you just tell the truth?
Right.
But guys don't like to tell the truth because then they have to be able to be okay with what they're dishing out too.
Yep.
Because now
Now
if
she
you're
want to
talking
start
to other
doing some
bitches,
shit.
I'm gonna talk to some other
Right.
niggas
I don't
too.
got time for
May
that.
the best man win. Yay!
Right. All these niggas is thirsty. That's not fair.
May the best man win. Where is your competitive spirit? So I think 2 is a fair number. I just don't know how I would even. God, I'm thinking about my boyfriend now, and golly, he is a lot. So I'm just like, if there was just 2 of them, where I wouldn't have time for shit else.
Kristen, do you feel like
Totally
you
fine.
give the same effort and energy to both parties involved, or all parties involved, no matter how many they are?
Right.
Or is it just dependent on the relationship? 'Cause that's what I mean. I guess that's what it has to be, right?
Yeah, it kind of really has to be dependent on the relationship and the person itself, because everyone has different needs, expectations, wants, boundaries. And that's one thing I feel like I've learned a lot through polyamory is not only defining those in myself, what I need and want, and what my boundaries are and expectations, but finding out what the other person needs also. So everybody's going to be a little bit different. I haven't been perfect about it all the time, you know, like finding time for all that, being able to meet everything. But that's part of dating in general, right? Like sometimes monogamous relationships, you don't even always find those things. Sometimes people don't even know themselves. So, you know, it really, it depends on the person, relationship, all those things.
Larissa in the comments said niggas always want to have a cake and eat it too.
Period, sis. They do greedy ass as shit. Hope you choke. No. They do though. And I feel like guys, they just have this like, they feel like they have to be a player at some, not all of them, but majority. They have to go through that player stage. That's why I'm shocked that like, if you ask a guy who probably is talking to multiple different women, if he would be polyamorous, he would probably say no. And I think it's because of the communication part, because then they would have to actually admit that they're talking to more than one person. And they'd have to be okay with that person too, because it'd have to be a two-way street. Have you ever talked to a guy who said, okay, or well, so when did you know that you were polyamorous? Like where was the point where you're like, okay, I don't want to be, it's kind of like, almost feels like just more open and
Yeah.
a little bit more free, but I can see it could be stressful. Sometimes.
Kind of both. Yeah. Well, I first started the poly journey or whatever maybe about 6 years ago.
Okay.
I was in a long-term relationship and we both had kind of like thought about wanting to try it. And we both felt pretty secure and safe in our relationship where we thought we'd give it a try. And since then I've been poly ever since. And I feel like it's turned into more of like a state of mind rather than like I'm only poly if I'm dating more than one person.
Right.
You know, I'm single right now, but I still consider myself poly
Right.
because it changes how you kind of look at all of the relationships in your life, not just the romantic ones. Figuring out where to place people, where to put, what value to give certain people, and attention, time, all that. Yeah. So I'm always poly, but yeah, it was about 6 years ago that I
Okay.
started it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have any questions, Elle?
Nah, not really. I'm really just sitting here in awe of what you just said about how if you ask a man if he wants to be polygamous or in a poly relationship, he'll probably say no, right?
Right.
Which is probably true. I said no, right? I'm saying,
Mhm.
but my reasoning is not what you said because I didn't told you. It's like I don't care what you do. I just don't really want that shit in my face.
Okay.
Like that's
What
me.
would it look like being in your face though? Like you
Like-
go and see that his boxers are there or something.
Yeah, you gotta have like you gotta. I want you to be scared. I want you to be scared for anything like so you should be like if you're not on your P's and Q's around me, bitch, then you just don't give a fuck about my life. Like you just want me to see this? You want me to see the nigga that was just over here? You want me to see that? You want me to see that? I'm not doing that.
Are you on your P's and Q's?
I try to be on my P's and Q's. I don't do anything to make any female that I'm messing with feel like there's another female.
Okay.
I don't think that's okay. I mean, you're with someone, you want to make them feel like the only person,
Absolutely.
even if they're not.
Even if they're not.
Right? You don't want to throw that in your face, do you? That feels uncomfortable for me. Like dead ass uncomfortable. Like, dang, I want to.
See, and I feel like there's guys like that. Like they throw it in other
Right.
women's faces.
I got this other bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it don't matter how
My
you
other
act.
girl don't treat me like this.
Right.
Don't
I
give me
would
all these
never-
damn
I-
problems, and
that's
you
not the
complain
way.
too much. My other girl don't, and that's
Yeah.
why I be over there.
That's not the way.
And that's not who. That's
Mhm.
actually whack as fuck.
Mhm.
Like nobody should be compared because we're all different people and we're all gonna want different things.
I feel like when you're dating, it's automatic poly,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
When you're in the dating phase, it's automatic poly.
Because you're communicating, trying to figure out what each other wants.
Right. Is it? But there's a chance.
But there's a
During,
chance that
during the dating process, but that's how it really gets real, right? That's how it turns into polygamy or a polyamorous situation because during the dating process, you can actually fall in love with two bitches. You can be dating one girl and like, damn, this is amazing. And then date this other girl, like, oh, she don't have none of this stuff that this other girl has, but this is also amazing.
So I love them both.
I love them both. I want to keep them both. And that's how it happens. Is that how it happens?
It could.
Good.
It's rare it happens at exactly the same time. Like that's like realistically, but
Right.
Yeah.
You might find one before the other.
And I
Right.
think also
Right.
when you're dating, you're like trying to like if you are doing dating properly, you understand that they're gonna be dating other people. You can have that conversation, but also it could not really matter, especially I mean, there should be time frames, I feel like. Like if I just started dating you, I'm not gonna be like, hey, are you dating other people? Because it's not my fucking business. I just met you.
Right.
And let's just even see if we can get through a date or three,
Right.
you know? And
We
then,
get what we got going on
Yeah,
before you
let's
start
see.
worrying about what I got going on with
right,
other
and
people.
then, you
Right.
know, then later on, if it becomes, I feel like it's stages. There's levels to it before you just start asking.
You're trying to address, like, figure out if this person is going to be right for you or not, you know?
Yeah.
So you're asking questions, and it's good to have those questions like, what are you looking for? What do you want? What are your needs? Those kinds of things. Because you don't want to get too far down the line and figure out they have wants and needs that you aren't able to fulfill.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people smoke screen that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I just want someone so badly.
Afraid.
They're just like willing to settle for anything and think that people will change. And we have done lots of podcast episodes about trying to change people. It's like beating a dead horse. We're not even gonna get into it. Stop trying to fucking change people. It's weird. People aren't gonna change only if they want to. That's it. I'm just reading some of the comments. Poly is deeper than dating. It's really about your connections with those people. And I totally get that, but I feel like all relationships should be connecting with the people. Like I get like the casual sexual encounters.
I don't.
I get that. That's not connecting with someone. I know people feel like, oh, once you have sex with someone, you're like connected, but no, not all the time. It's like very surface level. So you want to be able to connect with people, any kind of relationship, even with your friendships. Like you're not having these kind of like communicating with people, even with my friends. I'm like, what kind of person are you? What do you like? What are some things that is just like not okay? What are things other people have done to you that really have hurt your feelings to where it was like you guys stop being friends? Like stuff like that is important. I feel like in all relationships to kind of understand people. Do you, when you date, do you like use like websites? Do you just kind of like, if you just like someone and you're not really sure like their views on like if they're polyamorous or if they're kind of like into monogamy, how do you kind of explain that to them? Or like, is there a time frame that you do?
Yeah, that's been kind of hard for me to determine lately. I've been single now for maybe 6 months or so. So just getting into the dating world again, I feel like the dating climate is different than it was, pre-pandemic, all that. Like people are different.
Yeah.
So I've been on dates where, what I used to do before pandemic and all that, I would tell people first date, like, this is what you're getting into. I've tried that again, and I get, especially with men, like, oh, well, you're just out here fucking everybody.
trash.
Yeah, it's like,
So
that's
you're
not,
And that's not even it.
that's not even it.
Right.
It is like she said about connections and stuff like that. I want a serious relationship, so that's what I'm dating for. Yeah, so now, like, I kind of like waited. I was like, okay, since I do want a serious relationship, maybe I should wait a little bit, let them get to know me first. And so I've told people like second or third date, or just let it come up naturally, because otherwise, if people get to know me first, then they'll know what kind of person I am, what I'm looking for, that I am real and genuine, not just out here fucking.
Period. You're not for the streets, nigga. You're for the streets. The fuck? Sick of this.
But it does. If they do react that way, though, like it just lets me know that they're not it. Right?
Yeah, because they're
So-
not. They don't have that mature understanding.
Yeah.
Clarissa Knight says, I honestly feel that it's all about capacity, emotionally, romantically, mentally, and intentions. Wanting to satisfy multiple people's wants, needs overall, not just sexually, in that being reciprocated, goals, the purpose and expectations set, and the understanding between everyone involved. I agree with that. That sounds like a regular relationship,
Yeah.
It does.
right? Every relationship. should be
Emotional
like this.
capacity is big, right? Like we all, and it could change from moment to moment, time to time in all of our lives. So you do have to be able to gauge your own emotional capacity in order to have either a relationship or multiple relationships, or what you can handle.
Definitely agree. River, how do you feel about that?
Crazy. This is what happens when your sitter bails on you at the last minute, but the show must go on and I'm here to work. So if you say you meet a guy and everything's going well. And like the timing is not always going to be like, okay, I'm talking to 2 or 3 different guys. Like right now, you're saying you're single. Like you could possibly be dating or possibly not be dating anyone, but multiple people don't come at one time. So you're dating one person, and things are going very, very well. If there's not any other like potential suitors for you at that time, and he's like, I just want to be in a monogamous relationship, you could just be like, yeah, that's what I want to do, right?
I could. Yeah.
But are you like, I just want to keep shit open?
Just in case I get a
Just in
situation
case.
where I can have 2 instead of 1.
Like just in case, like, you know, fuck it.
Well, I've been in similar situations where, like before things get serious, I let them know I'm poly, whether it's first date, 5th date, before things get like serious, they have to know that. Right. So I've had situations where people are like, oh yeah, that's cool. And then when it actually comes down to it, they're not cool with it,
Yep.
and not for like they're lying about it, just the reality of the situation hits, so I don't know. I mean, it's like I said, it's like I'm always poly, so that's not going to change about me. It's kind of who I am now at this point. So it's not like I'm just holding the door open for somebody else to come in. It's that I don't want myself to miss an opportunity of an amazing person that can contribute and add value to my life, and I don't want the other person to miss that opportunity or value either.
I
Definitely.
love the unselfishness of it.
Yeah.
I love that it's not selfish. I think what the issue is with a lot of people who like want to date multiple people, they're selfish about it. They don't want the other person like, why are you not willing to miss out on being loved and new experiences? However, you want me to miss out on that
Ownership.
just
right?
because I have you. Like I want more too. Okay. Is being pansexual and polyamorous like one and the same? Or?
No.
Okay. So she also
We
said that she's
didn't get to that. I was gonna say pansexual. What was that? I
I
didn't hear that one. That's the first one. My first time with this
Yeah,
one.
there's
Pansexual.
a lot of subcategories.
You guys can ask me a lot. You can ask me a lot.
Pansexual. We about to figure it out. Pansexual. What is pansexual?
So pansexual is like being gay, bi, lesbian. It's a who you're attracted to thing,
Okay.
right? So it means that like I'm attracted to men, women, trans people. Like I've found
You're
just in
a gang.
yeah,
EA Sports.
anybody. I'm equal opportunity.
Equal
right?
opportunity. Love it.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
That's what pan is.
Pansexual. Yeah.
Okay.
So everybody can get it.
Well, not everybody.
Everybody she want to give it to can give it.
Yeah.
Get it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Boom.
And do you feel like that you have had like more beautiful, loving experiences by doing that, by just opening up and saying, "Hey, I'm open to trying to dating somebody who's trans or dating someone who's, bi or."
And is that complicated for you also? Because someone of that in that LGBTQ community would look at you and be like, man, well, you out here fucking dudes too, and I love you. Has that ever occurred to you?
I've definitely been judged by the LGBT.
That's all I'm just you would think like, yeah, like, hold on, this ain't fair. Wait a minute. She's switching teams. I'm over here heterosexual nigga like, man, this ain't fair. She's acting 100 for 100. She'll never
Like, just
lose.
pick one. Pick the one thing you like. Yeah. I definitely have felt that, but
Also, is there any more pans people in the comments in the live stream watching? Please let me know. I want to know who these people are because I'm meeting one right now. This is like aliens. So I'm meeting one right now. She's out here getting it in.
see,
You get to
I
experience.
was just thinking I'm just out here
But
fucking
okay, I don't think you're out here fucking everybody, but I do think that you're experiencing sex at a way higher level than the rest
Well,
of
and that's
us.
what I was going to say to your guys' question is, what it's given me is a lot of different experiences that I don't think I would have gotten if I wasn't the way that I am,
Right.
and being able to be in multiple relationships at the same time, I feel like my growth is maybe a little bit more expedited in certain ways.
Because I said sex, and I wanted to rephrase that. Everything. Because when you meet somebody, just meet me and Alicia Michelle, I've learned so much just from just knowing this person.
Mhm.
So the fact that you get to have intimate relationships with multiple people and the benefits of that, the benefit side of that has to be high. I mean, the negative side is probably high too as well because people are fucking crazy.
It's
So you gotta,
challenging.
yeah, you got to deal with different personalities, especially when you're crossing lines between different personalities and different sexual preferences. I know, right? I know I said dicks. That's popped in my head.
On his mind.
It has to be complicated at some point in time. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it definitely can be, especially, you add in like either mental disorders or I don't know, other people's past traumas. Like everybody's got their stuff, right?
Yeah. Facts.
So being able to navigate that and, negative feelings do arise, jealousy happens. It's nobody, even if they've been poly for a long time, nobody's immune to it. So being able to really be in touch with your feelings and why you're feeling those ways, because feelings are just clues to the deeper truths about ourselves and other people, right? And or the situation. So I can be like, I'm feeling a way. Why is that? Let me get down to the root of it. Is it something in myself, some past trauma that's making me feel this way? Or is it the situations that's not serving me or my needs not being met? You get a lot of practice in that,
I go through that a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like my needs aren't being met. Like, dang, that's crazy.
Mhm.
You don't give me no Gucci. I ain't seen you in 10 weeks. You don't care? Hold on a second. You don't love me? You don't call my phone?
I thought it would be a little bit more time before it started to go left, but you just never know with
You
him.
never know with me, baby.
I definitely think that so being pansexual and just having that, I feel like you just have to be a very compassionate person to be willing to even take all that in. Do you consider yourself like an empath or like someone who like feels more than others?
I don't know about feels more than others, but I do feel like I'm an empathetic person, compassionate. It's gotten me into trouble a few times, wanting to seeing people's potential and not realizing the reality of where they're at.
Yeah.
Wanting them to be more.
I go after potential all the time.
Yeah.
Man. That's the worst.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Because you be like, oh, this could be great.
Yep.
You could be great.
Right.
You could be great.
Right.
Only.
If
You
oh,
could be great.
that's really what it is. We could be great. Oh, if you really just it'll be over. Yeah, nah. Shit don't ever work.
Yeah. Looking for the potential in people can be very disappointing at times.
All the time.
Yeah, I feel like just me being, I guess I would consider myself like I don't know. I guess we can touch into it a little bit too. Like I've messed around with women, but I feel like I am a straight woman. Like I wouldn't prefer. It was just like experimentation. Do you meet a lot of people who like you feel like they're just like experimenting or they're not very serious? I feel like a lot of people, women that I meet are like, I call it gay for the stay. They're not like really gay.
Mhm.
They're not really bisexual. Like I wouldn't consider myself like a bisexual woman. Like I think women are beautiful. Would I fuck one? Sure. Would I threesome with my man? Sure. But like a full-on relationship with another girl for longevity reasons, no. So do you run into a lot of people who are kind of just like experimenting with stuff and like is it like a waste of time? I'd be so pissed, I feel like.
Yeah.
I don't even waste lesbians' time. Like, girl, I'm gay for the stay.
Yeah, that's definitely happened. Dating, I've made the mistake of dating younger girls who kind of were in that state. Like, I don't really know what I like yet.
I'm
You know?
curious.
Yeah. And you kind of I picked up on it pretty fast, like there's signs. Like you can tell, you go out and it's very show offy and like, those kinds of things. So those relationships don't last long, but yeah, it's definitely happened. And then, but everything's a spectrum, right? So like, there's levels of like what you're saying, like attraction versus like a long-term committed relationship, so it's not just one thing or the other. I feel like with any sexual orientation, it's kind of like a percentage, a sliding scale, if you will. So, a lot like I do tend to date men.
Yeah.
But have I been in long-term committed relationships with females? Yes. Have I, done different, all of the things, so it's just, I think that's just individual to everybody. And, it's not like I was saying with the younger girls, they're still trying to figure it out, but that could be an older person too. It's,
Yeah, immature ass old person.
yeah. Sometimes people don't know what they like until they try it out,
Yeah.
so that's just part of getting to know people, I guess.
Okay, and so I'm gonna ask this question. I use this term loosely. I'm gonna say it both ways, I guess. But do you meet a lot of niggas that are like pansexual? Like, or is it more like a white guy
That's so
thing?
crazy. That was my next question.
Well,
Because
and so let me rephrase it. Do you meet a lot of black men?
I've met black men before, yeah.
as a black man, I feel like
There's
pansexual
not-
that doesn't exist for
It
black
doesn't
people.
exist
No.
for men.
Once you touch a dick, brother, ain't no coming back, bruh. Nah.
I haven't encountered that a lot with black men that I've dated. I don't know. It's probably a cultural thing or something, but it's it's not very
We going,
wide.
if you black, you going all the way, or you undercover for some weird reason. Marrying a whole woman, getting her pregnant, and fucking
Down low.
yeah. R. Kelly's on the down low, just trapped in the closet.
Pansexual, but then also like polyamorous. Like I feel like not a lot of black men are okay to be in an openly. It's like they say polygamy. That's what they want. Every time I think of a dude,
It's
and
two girls.
it's two girls, and he's like the almighty
Yeah.
king of the fucking universe,
right.
and it's like nigga, you don't even have enough money for that, and you don't even fucking got enough dick for that. The fuck, like seriously, that ego shit. Like,
Just killed all my dreams just now.
it's time to be humble.
I don't have enough money for that. I've been looking at my dick down here. Might not have enough dick for that either. Goddamn. One bitch it is.
And then like not even like the right communicative capacity either.
That
I can
part.
communicate.
Like they're just like I see a lot of people. Polygamy has become a big this is what I want, but it's like for me, the people who are kind of like into this polygamy lifestyle, they're majority black. Then when it gets to like white people, it's more subcategorized. Like it's not just polygamy, it's I'm polyamorous and I'm pansexual and like whatever else subcategory else there is, they will find a word for how they are sexually expressive and how they like who they want to date and who they want to be with. For black people, they're like, we are into polygamy. It's usually a woman who's got like a dude, they're possibly married, there's hella kids involved.
Oh man.
There's always hella kids involved.
Not always.
Well, most of the time.
A lot of times though, there's a lot of
Most
kids.
the time. or the couple's not attractive.
Mm.
Or it's like, I think not all of us in this room, I would hope, well, maybe. Yeah, because you're a black guy. I feel like that kind of happens with black guys too. Have you ever been at a bar and then the couple buy you drinks and they're like,
Oh, I've been asked to have weird ass threesomes
Yeah.
so many times. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
By the way, and it'd be crazy. I didn't been asked, man, have you been watching that? Let me not go there. We'll talk about that later.
See?
But it's wild out here. I'll
Is it
just say
white
that.
couples that ask you
Married couples. And
married,
couples.
or
Yes.
for white couples or black?
it's white. Oh, it's
couples?
white. No, it's never been no black dudes. Black dudes
No,
would never
black
do that. I don't think.
Yeah,
Yeah, nah, but it's always a white dude or a white lady.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's like, oh, my
because they
husband,
fetishize
my
it,
husband
right?
wants to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like your husband wants to watch me fuck you?
Yeah.
That's
It's
crazy.
a big thing.
yeah.
No
It is
thanks.
a thing.
Oh, I feel like I'll get kidnapped after that.
Yeah.
Harvesting for body parts.
Like, what the fuck? Sounds too good to be true. You want to pay me too?
They call that being a unicorn. If you're the third in a married relationship,
You're a unicorn?
yeah, I don't do that.
That definitely, and see, that's my issue because so I have my little one, of course, but before then I did not, and I found it very offensive to like, and it's not just white couples, but like black people too, asking or like trying to convert someone like me into a situation where I'm like, I wouldn't even be comfortable in this.
Right.
Like, and black people, the first thing they say is polygamy. So basically, we're supposed to share this nigga, and we're just supposed to be cool with this. Not only that, you guys are married.
Right.
You guys got
so,
17 kids.
so you're automatically
and been together
zero
for
on the
94
pecking order.
years.
Right.
And then you just want to add me to the mix. Just say you
It'll
want
be
to fuck
fun.
me and stop wasting my time. Don't
Right.
act like there's going to be some kind of spiritual connection. You guys are some kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like you guys either want me to like take care of these fucking kids, which I'm not. You guys want me to fuck.
In-house
Like,
babysitter,
I got additional
sex slave.
questions. Right, being a sex slave, pretty much. Like, what are we supposed to do? We're all going out to eat. We gotta take your kids with. No, I'm going out with my friends. We're about to go to brunch. No kids, bro.
No
Like,
kids,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying? And I'm about to go talk to other niggas because what is happening. So I just feel like it just gets weird culturally.
Mhm.
Like black people are not as open. And then also I feel like there's a lot of women who are dating men that are about that lifestyle, but I know for sure that they're not about that lifestyle. They're
Yep.
just not.
The female?
The
Uh-huh.
female, she's just saying it.
Yep.
Like, I'm okay with it. No, you're not okay with it.
Right.
Like, you can tell. I didn't have some because I'm asking questions. I'm all about the questions. I'm gonna ask questions for show. They don't like it. The first one of them that they don't like, because the first thing I'm gonna ask is, can I fuck this nigga without you? And now they're looking crazy.
What is usually the response of that?
Sure. No, it's not.
You
No.
can tell though. Yeah.
But you can tell the body language.
Kristen, have you ever been in a relationship? So you've been in a relationship where the two dudes knew, but not together. You guys wasn't all three together.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's a reasonable amount of time between sexual encounters between the two?
Between the two? Oh, I never thought about it. I never thought about that.
Have you ever fucked them the same day?
Maybe.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't
She
know.
wants to. Shit. She's
I'm
an
just
adult.
I'm
I don't know.
curious as to if that's
I never really thought
acceptable or
about
not.
it.
I'm not.
I don't know, but that's the thing. Like, you know, in certain, that's where you talk about boundaries and rules, expectation. Like, I was dating one person, and he said he didn't want anyone else to. This is gonna get graphic. Come inside me.
Okay.
So that was.
That's not graphic.
That's not graphic. Okay, that's not graphic. Okay.
That's not graphic.
Welcome to Legendary Dope Show.
Okay.
And on top of that, that's like basic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't come in my girl.
Yeah. So
Especially if I'm putting my penis in there. Come on, man.
So everybody's got different boundaries, rules, and you know, and that's where like communication comes in. You know, like you just talk to the other person and be like, hey, they have this boundary. How do you feel about this or whatever it is?
God, so it's like they're just in part of the relationship without even like. I mean, well, if they're pan or polyamorous, I guess they're just used to that.
As a man, that's so
Yeah.
hard though to be like, oh, this dude has.
You know
More
what it
control
is?
of
It's
what I-
maturity. But you have
Is that maturity?
But you have your turn
Can
too. Because you can say, I'm not okay with that. I would also like to cream pie. And so we're gonna have to figure it out. Maybe a rotation schedule, you know. 1 week you, 1 week me. I don't know. Like there's gotta be some kind of communication.
But just to know in the back
I feel
of my
like polyamorous people are very good at communicating.
they have to be. 'Cause to
Yeah.
know in the back of my head to know that I'm not allowed to do something because of this other dude.
Well, and that's where it comes in too. It's like, you know, the person who said that was like, well, and I know that might be an unrealistic expectation,
Okay.
but
as long as he
I
understands that that's
prefer-
unrealistic.
Yeah,
This.
if possibly.
So at that point in time, do you make sure that if it happens, he don't find out? That's
No.
the smartest move. That's the or does it happen and you be like, hey, look, Tom came at me last night.
I don't.
Well,
I mean-
fucking Tom, sorry.
I don't know. It's the first thing that came to mind. MySpace. I don't know.
I believe that there's like an unspoken rule of like don't ask questions you don't want to know the answers to.
Definitely, that's my
So
favorite.
there's that, you know, and also like that's another communication thing, right? It's like, okay, what do you want to know and what don't you want to know? What's going to make you feel uncomfortable? You know, I've had partners who are like, will you send me, you know, a picture, text when you get home from your date? You know, like that's reasonable, right?
Make sure he didn't kill you.
Yeah,
Right. Cool. I care about you.
Maybe turn on your location, which is
Right.
You know,
I'm not
so
doing that.
right. So it's in the picture. Hey, I think
and then there's, I mean, and they can always ask, right? And then there's other things that like I've said, like, no, absolutely not. It's like you're going too far on
Right,
this.
it's not
Like,
your business, buddy.
yeah. Like I've had one
That's my
guy
favorite.
say, like, I don't want you to date any other black men specifically,
that's a,
which is a
love
strange
that.
thing.
That is super weird.
He's like a pimp or
Like,
something.
Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah, that's a pimp thing. Pimp thing. Pimps hate
I
other
know.
black guys. Yeah, no other black guys. Nah. Pimps is racist. I just realized that. Goddamn.
As hell.
which, and it's not like, you know, like it just, it's not like I had somebody else waiting in the wings. It's just like, that seems, you couldn't tell me why. There was no explanation
I
other
didn't want
than
to tell
he
you
just
why.
didn't
I'll
want
tell
it,
you why.
you know?
Want to tell you why?
Yeah.
Because he's a black guy, right?
Uh-huh.
And just maybe he wasn't blessed with that much black guyness, right? And he knew
That
If you
another
walk
black
out
guy came to
that
the
nigga.
average-
That's right. He might come out with the thing gang on
Come
you.
out with the thing.
He was like, "You can get all the white guys you want. I can beat them." He's confident there.
You better relax.
Right, I'm about to say, I got some white homeboys who's out here touching the ground on me.
You better relax. Right, for real. But no, that's
Like I just need it to make sense. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I can, you know, we can talk about things, we can discuss it. But if you don't even know why you're asking me for a certain boundary, like
yeah,
that's it. So we can't go forward.
yeah. No, I definitely understand that. What is one of the craziest requests that someone has asked of you?
Like boundaries wise.
Yeah.
I had one person who wanted pictures of me having sex with somebody else. I didn't want to do that.
No,
I don't know
way.
if that's crazy or not, like, you know, but I didn't want to do that.
He
I didn't feel
want
like that was
either.
appropriate.
That would have been the end of the relationship.
He was a
He was trying to end that shit.
no, he was a pervert.
He was a pervert.
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
like the white guy
That wants to watch his wife get
watch his wife get fucked. That's so gross.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I want to see some stuff
I
too.
don't.
Yeah, definitely grade A perversion there.
Would that make you think that he didn't care about you?
Why would it?
I don't know. I just feel like if I wanted to watch somebody I cared about getting fucked, I obviously don't care that much.
No, they're perverts. They like have a fix.
It's like a
I guess
kiddie
you can
thing.
separate. If they can separate sex from the emotional, then it's fine, huh?
I think
Could be.
black people, we put too much on sex.
I don't.
I think sex is really
I just-
important.
It's really very important
Okay.
to even a friendship.
Okay.
I want to rephrase that,
Okay.
but yeah, sure. Sex is important.
It is.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be like the basis of everything.
Definitely
No.
not.
And I feel
But it's
like some
art.
people make it the basis of everything.
I agree with you on that.
Like, because, oh, this person, you'll hear girls, I see it all the time. Oh, because, well, we just had sex yesterday, so this is still my boyfriend. He still loves me. He still wants to be with me. He's still, even though he's messed, that's what they love to say.
Yeah, that's out of pocket.
Mm.
Yeah. Like,
Sex does not mean somebody
No.
wants to be with
it doesn't mean they want to be with you. It doesn't make you very special all the time.
you. Unless you got some real pussy, that makes you very special.
Okay.
Especially if it does get like some stuff. Special. But it doesn't make you above sex meaning anything more than you just got some good pussy.
See what?
I'm saying it doesn't mean it, like sex doesn't mean anything more than that. It doesn't mean it. If someone's like, you can't be like sex, oh, I fucked him and he loved it in he wants to be with me now
Right.
for
No.
forever. Right. Yeah, that's not what that means.
But it's an important part of
And that's-
any
and-
relationship,
Right.
right?
That's
You
what I
know?
was trying to
You
say.
don't
It
have
definitely is up
terrible
there.
sex.
Right. And like I've been on dates with people who are wonderful people, like they check all these boxes, but I'm like, do I want to have sex with them? No. Okay, then it can't work because that's a part of a romantic relationship, right?
Agree.
So yeah, it's hella important, but is it the only important thing? Is it a defining factor of what you're doing? No, no way.
Definitely not. Well, I mean, kind of. If you don't want to fuck them, you can't be with them. That's the defining factor.
But not the only.
But not the only defining factor. Correct. I agree. It's just that sex is such a complicated.
It's extremely complicated.
It's definitely complicated. Right. Because there's levels to that
I
shit
think
too.
there's levels to it, and I think it all really just kind of goes on like how that person, like, whatever makes them tick, because everybody looks at it real different, and they can get real creepy.
And that's why, like you said, communication is key.
The communication is key. So I feel like when you're ready to go through those, like, you're able to like really realize, hey, I want to like get to know people. I want to, like understand them. I want them to understand me. I want to be able to love more than one person. I don't want to be not stifled, because you're not stifled by being with just one person. It can be very fulfilling for people who want to be with one person. But you don't want to miss out on being loved and experiences. So that's like a tough one. I don't know if I could. I don't know how. I feel like, because me, the person that I am, I know that I'm a very nurturing woman, and that doesn't mean that you're not a nurturing woman. I would be drained trying to nurture more than one man. Like, it would be a lot for me. I hate the word submissive. I feel like it's like one of those overrated terms now. Everyone's like, oh, are you submissive, or are you like fucking DMX if you're not submissive? Like, are you like a thug?
No
Like,
in between.
there's no in between. But like, I definitely try to be like a domesticated woman. I like to clean. I like to cook. I like to take care of home. I'm like I'm gonna do a lot of things that I guess are feminine in nature. Do you feel like being pansexual, like, would you still consider yourself like a feminine woman? Or I guess because it gets so different, like with the different people that you date. Some people are like, I don't want to be considered feminine if they're like bi or like a stud, or I don't know. There's some
Right.
terms I don't want to offend.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a pretty feminine person in general. I present feminine. I consider myself a woman. All those things. I love the relationships where I can let those feminine energies shine. Whether I'm dating a woman or a man or anybody in between, and that's just part of who I am. And I'm not going to change myself because I'm dating a woman this time, or I'm dating a man, or, I'm still always going to be me. And I feel you on that nurturing and compassionate side, because I feel like I definitely have that. And something that I've learned over the last couple of relationships I got out of is I need to guard myself in that. Giving myself out too much and, all those things, I do need to protect my energies, and I can't, and that's where choosing wisely helps.
Yeah.
Choosing wisely who you place in your life and what role they're going to have, setting up those boundaries and all those things are really important and crucial, whether, you are in just one relationship or multiple, but especially multiple. Yeah. It's not easy to do, easier said than done, for sure.
Man, I'm telling you, you keep it at pimping. I would just fuck. I barely have time to sleep, eat, normal shit. So I couldn't even imagine like trying to entertain more than one person. I would definitely feel like somebody get the shitty end of the stick. and then also let one of them just do anything minusculely wrong. You are fucking cut. I got a whole nother nigga over here. You blew it, buddy. Like, that's it.
Don't talk to him for 2 weeks.
Like,
You're done.
yeah, like I have a whole new dude over, I have a whole nother guy over here, and he's not doing anything wrong to piss me off, and you just like shoot with your mouth open. Peace, bitch. Yeah, it probably would not be that for me. Have you, so you're not with polygamy?
No, because that's I feel like like how you were saying before, that's like one person who has multiple wives and they aren't allowed to date other people. Where polyamory is more like everybody has freedom.
Yeah, I feel like that's what it should be. I think we should like polygamy. I think is for like, well, I feel like the internet has made polygamy fashionable. So you'll see like memes and you'll see like these aesthetically pleasing photos, and you'll see like this very attractive man, and you'll see like these very attractive women, and most of the time it is never that. Like when it comes to that, like it's never that. So I tried to start a lifestyle Facebook group, and it's called For the Culture. So if you guys are ever interested, let me know. I'll add you to the group. It's extremely dry. Like nobody has posted in there probably in months, but it's because I thought someone actually came to me and asked. I have no idea about like polygamy lifestyles, any of that. Like I didn't mess with some bitches before. Like okay, cool, but I mainly started this group because a friend asked me to. I think that they're trying to find a third or something for their lifestyle, which good luck, you know. But the group is very dry. And also I have been told multiple times by other people who are like polygamy, polyamorous, whatever, that there's not really a meeting place for people like our age. So whenever you think of that scenario where you're at the bar and that couple is like old as fuck and they're probably white and they're buying you drinks and they're like, hey, so you want to come back later on to fuck? No, you're so wrinkly and old. What on earth? Like, absolutely not. Or they're not attractive or like, you know, so I know there's a big swinger community in Washington. I know that there's like Sapphire and all these other places, but a lot of these clubs are not geared towards the younger generation. It feels like they're not really fun. They're not really so anyway, I made this group. It's been dry as fuck. Like nobody's been really, I mean, it started off kind of strong. We're trying to keep it together, but it just seems like we have people of substance in there that are trying to they're like into kink, and like I'm ready to be educated about all that. I'm not ever like, even though I have my beliefs of who I am as a person and like how I date, I'm very open to shit. I'm with you on like trying shit. Like I've been tried some shit in my life, just because to say that I did it, and just to say like I don't.
Then you know what you like.
Then you know, like this isn't for me. Okay, but yeah, I just got dry, and I feel like people got nervous, and I feel like also part of our age group, people are not very compassionate. I think people started to join the group for the wrong reasons, to kind of be nosy. I had a situation, and nobody knows about this, only a couple people. So anyways, there was a girl that, I don't know, she's not even in the group, but she knew my boyfriend, and she was trying to talk to another guy that I knew. And so anyway, I had an event. The guy posted a picture of us all at the event. And then she mentions, oh, hey, you know her, Small World, something like that, right? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I don't really know too many of the other people. I just know Alicia Michelle. She throws a party. She goes, oh, yeah, I know her too. Her and her boyfriend are swingers. And they have exclusive sex parties. And, you know, her man be in my DM trying to get me to have threesomes with them. First of all, I think my boyfriend would tell me if we were going to be bringing a bitch home. I think ultimately he'd make it my choice. And that's just because I know my dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not somebody who's necessarily against it. I don't feel like it would be no sneaky shit. And also this bitch looked like a gorilla, so it would not be her. But she was like, I feel like she was just trying to have like conversations with the dude. So she was like trying to like basically let him know like she's with the freaky shit. I've
Mhm.
never had a sex party. Me and my boyfriend are not swingers, but because of this group and because I started it, someone that she knew, because that's how I met her, kind of was like, oh, she's got this lifestyle group. She's probably gonna have like this party, you know. No, I've never had the party. The group is so fucking dry, I can't have a party even if I wanted to. And I would literally just do it because I like to bring people together. Doesn't mean you're gonna see me in there swinging. Just means that I'm trying to create an
Facilitate.
atmosphere because there's one lacking.
Mhm.
So it was, yeah, Dion. She looked like a gorilla, bro. She had a fat ass and an ugly ass face. I'm sorry, I'm not interested. And neither is my boyfriend. So it was just weird, but she was like trying to fuck the dude. I just didn't understand why all that came about. But it just goes to show you how weird people get when it turns into stuff like sex and other people. And I just didn't even understand. But yeah, the group was so dry. And it's like, I don't know how to get people interested. And it just seems honestly like people in there just trying to find bitches to fuck. Like, for their man. Like, girls are in there like, I'm just trying to find a third. For like, I'm trying to find a unicorn.
I used to be on some of those groups, and that's what it basically turned into, is just people looking for thirds or, you know, stuff like that, or advice on different things. And I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Or how to like, the girls are like, a lot of girls are like, oh, I just don't know how to like talk to girls. And I don't know how to do this. And I don't know how to do that. And it's like, yeah, you just talk to people. Exactly. Just interact. So I've encountered a lot of people, especially Black people, who have said that they're into this kind of world of polygamy, and I just call bullshit. Like, and I'm gonna ask anybody who's kind of listening. So, Dion said that it became a recruiting zone for pimps when he threw swinger parties. Because it's like, whoa, this girl is fun.
Wow, she's with the shit. Let's get it popping.
So I'm gonna ask some of the people watching, have you ever been asked to join, to be a unicorn, to be a third in someone's polygamy lifestyle? And if you considered it, why did you consider it? And if you didn't consider it, why didn't you consider it? I just, a lot of the time when I meet people, I feel like the girl is not into it. That's the biggest thing. I feel like the bitches is lying. I think that some of them are just kind of trying to wait it out. Mm-hmm. They're like, you know, we're probably not going to knock no hoes, or they'll just be here today and gone tomorrow. I just couldn't imagine like it's just sex. And that doesn't seem like polygamy. That just seems like you guys are some horny fucking toads. Like, just fuck people. Don't say that you
just want a threesome.
Yeah,
like,
you just want a threesome.
And that's totally fine.
Pay for one.
But
that's how you get the girl to come in, leave, and then you don't have to worry about her anymore.
No feelings, emotions involved.
Right. Just like, I just never understood that part. I just feel like, you know, social media has like glamorized it. TikToks, and they're showing all these attractive people and showing all this, like, no, it's not that.
Well, it, like you were saying, it's not for you. It's not for everybody. You know, like some people just, it's not them, and that's totally okay too.
Yeah.
Like you just, maybe that's what it is. It's becoming more popular, and people are trying to like kind of discover if it is right for them or not. Probably making some mistakes in the meantime, you know?
Yeah. And I think a lot of people are also just ready to just for whatever, because the dating pool, if you have not heard, has pee in it, apparently. Pee and poo and throw up, and it's rough and it's crazy. And they're like, maybe my soulmates are two people who have been married for 97 years with 17 kids. Not me, but I mean, fuck it. I would be in a polygamy relationship if I was like married to like an African king and I didn't have to work and they had like servers, and maybe I could like go shopping every day and have parties and hang out with my friends, you know. And then there were so many wives that he probably just didn't get to me, or he forgot about me or something. Like,
Yeah, you can have
he's
your
like,
man on the
he's like,
side.
"Where's wife 65? We haven't seen her in weeks, bro. I am in Dubai. I'm with some other nigga. I am so sorry. I messed up already. Start over.
Just
I
lose
messed
track.
up already. I messed up. Dang, but yeah, I don't know. And then I feel like like, is it Mormons that do polygamy? So remember the show Sister Wives? God, those hoes hated each other. All they did was argue. And then it was like, okay, well, you guys all have your kind of own houses. There's a shit ton of kids. And then the last one that joined was kind of always like, I feel like an outsider. I just feel like that's how I would feel being a third and somebody who has a established relationship. Yeah, I would feel like an outsider. And then they all hated each other. And then they like had to start selling like bracelets or some shit. Like, oh, you guys are really not even having money like that. I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah, you think with all those people, with all those
Like,
incomes.
right?
But I guess they got the religious part of it too, you know, that can get a little tricky. And, you know, if women aren't maybe allowed to work, you know,
I
they're
need to
like
be in one of
stay
those.
homemakers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need one of
But there's
those.
got to be money there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
money for me to stay. I'm
That's a
gonna
lot
be
of
where the
mouths to
money
feed.
resides.
It's a lot of mouths to feed.
I'm trying to be where the money resides if I'm going to be in that kind of relationship. And then I don't even know because it's like, do we even have a connection? I don't know. Just come and talk to me with some money. like that's my love language.
Buy me shit.
Buy me shit. Tell me I can go on all the trips I want. You know, you want a kid, okay, once here and there.
One here and there.
You know,
Not the once here.
you know, make sure they got the college fund set up. I'll make sure that they're smart and bright and hang out with them and all that good stuff. But yeah, I think it's a lot. Let me see. What else other questions do we have? You have any questions, Elle?
I don't. I think I've been over here just learning and learning more, taking it all in. I'm over here texting my bitches. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we have to turn this shit to some polyamorous.
Oh. Jesus. No. Okay, I'm gonna read through the comments. Not the recruiting song for the pimps. It's crazy. No interest in them. Oh, Jen's got a story. I love Jen because Jen's got like this like sweet innocent voice and these big old titties, and I'm like, I bet you got a lot of crazy stories.
Oh yeah, Jen got some stories.
Yeah, she said when I was 20, when an older couple tried to get at me to be their third, I didn't even consider it. I had just started having sex the year before. The couple was like 40, 45 and not attractive. That's what I feel like. It's never like in the movies, like a fine ass couple. Like you guys, I'm black. They ain't gotta be black, okay? Like I love some sexy white men and I love some sexy white women. Like I love when people look good.
Suck a pink dick.
What?
Caught you on camera. Caught you on camera. You didn't answer. You didn't answer.
What did you say?
Would you suck a pink dick?
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
I have dated white guys.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting.
Yeah, I've dated white guys. And they were cute ass white boys too, so don't play. I love me a white guy.
Me too. Shit.
Man.
All my white homies got great credit and cars I can use if I need to. I love my white friends.
I love all my friends. All my friends are
Shit.
great.
Nah, my nigga friends is bullshit. My white friends is cool. I fuck with y'all. All my nigga friends though, I'm watching you.
Watching you. Close eye.
With a close eye.
Oh, gee. Okay.
Damn, I'm racist. Fuck.
A little bit. Is there anything that we didn't ask you or anything that you want to include in the segment that you feel like people should know?
Well, I don't know. I mean, ask questions, you know, don't ever assume anything of anybody. Because like I said at the beginning, everybody does it a little bit differently. So getting to know, like if somebody says that they're poly, getting to know how they do it, what their rules, expectations, boundaries are, being able to listen, not judge. And I think that's really the key to it, and finding out whether it's not right or not for you. And if it's not, that's fine, you know? Like you're saying, like
If it's not for you, it's cool.
Yeah, but
She's
being able to
paying.
walk
You got
away.
hella options.
But being able to walk away, like you're saying, some girls are, you know, like they'll say that they are just to kind of like keep the guy they're with or something. Like, you know, just knowing who you are is really key and important.
Yeah, I got a question
Yeah, yeah.
from the audience. Dion wants to know: has polygamy helped or hurt the majority of your relationships?
I'm assuming, yeah, I'm assuming they mean polyamory.
Let me stop right quick. Dion, she's
I know,
polyamorous.
get it right.
She's not polygamous.
Correction.
She's polyamorous. But here's her answer to that question: has being polyamorous helped or hurt the majority of relationships?
For me, it's only affected maybe 2 of the relationships I've had in the last 6 years since I started.
In a negative way?
In being meaning like kind of the reason, more so of the reason that we broke up.
Okay.
And one of them is, I would say, like it was part of it, but not the main reason. Just some feelings of jealousy and insecurity. But
Which will naturally come up in this
and it
situation.
does, right? And that's where
I'm just
you,
curious how someone in that world views it from someone who's not in that world. Like, man, I fuck with you tough, but I don't know, man. I'm a little jealous about this.
Yeah.
Do you take that and be like, oh, come on, man, get it together? Or are you really understanding?
you have to be understanding.
I'm just curious. I was just curious.
Yeah.
I mean, because sometimes you meet people who are like, this is my lifestyle. You better figure it out. Right.
And that's toxic, right?
Right,
Like
yeah,
that's not
definitely,
right. Like that
definitely.
if you're wanting to be in a relationship with somebody, you have to be able to listen to their feelings and emotions and know. And even if you don't agree with it, you know, you have to be able to validate them in their feelings and emotions, even if, like, in your mind, you're like, that didn't fucking happen like that, you know, but it's their emotional reality, right? So for me, most of my relationships, they've broken up for natural causes, for lack of better words. It hasn't been anything to do regular relationship shit.
Right.
Like either we grow apart, change, we realize that we have different wants, needs, or hurt is involved and we can't get past that, you know, normal relationship stuff. It's only, yeah, like I said, it's only been one time where I've had to break up with somebody because the jealousy got too great, despite those conversations, despite, you know, being able to like empathize and work with them and try, you know.
And the person was jealous of the other person you were dating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good though. I like the fact that you stand on that shit though. Like,
Period.
like, he's like, I got 2 niggas.
This was a
So
bad bitch. Period.
if it's not working for you, I guess we're done here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at some point they gotta realize that too. And if they're not strong enough to be able to say that for themselves, like somebody's got to, right?
For sure.
Because it's creating problems for both people.
Stress my life out. Right. I feel you.
I feel like jealousy would be a big thing.
That's the
That
worst
a
one.
lot of people
That's
would try to
probably
say that they
If
can.
this was Family Feud, that would be the #1 answer.
Jealousy, number one.
It is.
Got
It really is. You know, and like we were talking about all those Facebook groups and stuff, like there's like help ones for polyamorous relationships or non-monogamous. And that is the #1 thing I see on there is like, how do you deal with jealousy? But kind of like I was talking about before, like whenever I know that like I'm having a negative feeling or emotion, like jealousy or whatever it is, any negative feeling in a relationship, I have to really analyze why. Like, because feelings, like I said, are clues to the real facts of the situation or myself, or the circumstances surrounding it. It's telling me something.
Have you ever been the jealous one in a 3 situation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's rare for me. So I'm not by nature, I'm confident, I'm not a jealous person. So when that does happen, it's like a ping, like, okay, something's wrong here. Then I gotta become a detective and gotta figure out why. Most of the time it's my needs aren't being met in one way or another.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just kind of gotta decide that. And okay, like I'm feeling this way, my needs aren't being met. Here's what I think could happen in order to help me navigate my feelings, because we still need to be responsible for our own emotions, right? It's not the other person. It's that my needs aren't being met. So this is how we can help improve the situation.
Or you gotta just leave, move on. Like you said, it's not for me. My needs
And
aren't being
sometimes
met.
it is.
My needs aren't being met. This isn't for me. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Sometimes,
but sometimes the other person can
It's
work
really-
with
right,
you,
can work
right?
with that. Right.
And that's, you know, in a loving relationship, that's what you want, right? Is like, you know, whether you're monogamous or polyamorous, if needs cannot be met in both those types of situations. So
Exactly.
hopefully somebody you love, you express those feelings of your needs not being met, is making you feel these ways. Hopefully they'd want to be like, okay, let's work together to try and figure this out,
Yeah.
you know?
Compromise.
Yeah.
Any relationship, you need to have compromising. You have to have some kind of, you got to be able to meet some kind of middle ground and hear people. I think that's a big thing. Without necessarily like settling on things that you're not okay with. Yeah, you have like a level of maturity, like it's almost like, so I have a question. So 6 years ago, when you decided that you were going to like be polyamorous, was there like a person who introduced it to you? Was it something that you just kind of looked into? Was it?
Did you have two niggas? I was like, I gotta figure this out.
Do I really have to choose?
Like maybe I can find a name for this and I can figure this out.
No, I can't really remember how I first like heard about it. Like if it was online or, you know, just like hearing about in the world. But I know at the time I was with somebody for about 6 years. And so we just both felt like really secure and safe it was something that we both kind of wanted to try. And at the time I think we like were like open relationship. We weren't quite sure all the terminology. Even now to this day, I don't know all the terminology, right? Like I just know what I am, like what I like and how I operate. But so we started it from there. And at the time it was kind of like going on Tinder or, you know, people would ask us out or, you know, whatever it is. And then from there I got into another relationship that maybe lasted a year or so. But again, not breaking up for any reason related to do with jealousy or polyamory in particular, just natural breakup
causes.
stuff. I mean, in your 20s, you change a lot, you know.
Yeah,
You're still trying to figure out who you are.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to think about anything else. Covered a lot in the show.
Yeah.
I feel like people are educated. We got a lot of thank yous.
I learned about
for this
pansexual.
show.
I learned about pansexuals.
Mhm.
We learned about polyamorous relationships, polygamous
I
relationships.
think polygamy is a scam.
Do you?
Unless it's like your religion. Like, unless you're like
I thought polygamy started on
Mormon,
some P shit. That was just a way so they can get away with it.
so they can talk to some bitches.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to
And
like.
post it online without the police being like, "Oh, he's out here pimping."
Oh,
No,
this
this is just a relationship with
This
my
is a
bitch.
relationship with my
Yeah.
women.
Yeah. These is all my women's right here. This is my girlfriend 1, girlfriend 2, girlfriend 3. But we don't say girlfriend because
You know,
we on some P. I mean, some polygamy shit.
polygamy shit. Yeah, I definitely, I feel like that's the one thing that I was reassured in this episode, that polygamy is not in.
You came into the episode feeling that way already?
That it was a sham.
Yeah.
Yes. Unless you're like,
Now that I know the definition of both, yeah, I agree with you.
yeah,
I'm going to
I feel
polyamorous.
like there's a lot more room for abuse in that type of situation
Definitely.
where one
Oh,
person
yeah.
is the center, you know?
And why do you think you're so fucking great? I should be the center. I should have 2 niggas. See. Like, why do you get to be the king of everything? Do you have all the money?
I had a conversation with a female not so long ago, and we were talking about like threesomes and shit, and she was like, "Oh, if I ever had a threesome, it would be with 2 dudes." And in my head, it just went,
Train.
"Yeah, man!" Like I just went fucking wow, like wow, you take 2 dicks, bitch. But then when I started thinking about it, really, I was like, man, yeah. I mean, I guess that's the way. I wouldn't take 2 dicks. I guess that's the way you're supposed to. If you're a heterosexual person,
Yeah.
that's how you think. But in my head, I was like, man, wow, that's wild. Bitch.
But what? And then why would it even be her just taking 2 dicks? What if it's like, I'm assuming like the man would feel like he's like the center of the universe in this polygamy type relationship. A woman getting fucking fed grapes and fucking getting her tits sucked on and getting her box ate and just being completely focused on her.
I'm sure that would happen. But she's definitely taking 2 dicks. She's definitely taking 2 dicks. Let's not act like she's just getting her pussy ate
Sounds like a
here.
situation I need to get.
Both
set
of
up.
these 2 dudes
I mean, it's
feeding grapes and fucking her at the same time. Yeah.
not at the same
H
time.
clap.
I'll be afraid to choke on those grapes.
Not at the same time.
You might be right.
I mean, it could be like an ego thing. Some women have very big egos.
Yeah, but if you got a big ego, you think you can take 2 dicks. Right. Like a man. Men like, bring me those pussies. One on my face, one on my cock. Let's go.
No words.
I'm just saying that's exactly how it would be, right? If you're a woman, 2 dicks. You're going 2 dicks, right?
Like double penetration?
No.
Oh, okay.
Or one in mouth, one in.
Dudes can't do that either. If you're watching,
Why not?
if you put your penis next to another dude's penis and let it rub on each other while you guys are fucking one bitch, that's not okay. Unless you, even in the asshole, that line is too thin. I'm not fucking with that. It's a thin line between that there, and I'm not do not. That's too close. Can't do that unless you want to be pansexual.
It's a spectrum, right?
Yeah,
Percentage point.
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm 100% vagina.
Okay, so not double penetration, but like a guy being orally serviced and then she getting serviced.
If she wants to do that, but I don't think that would be the thing. I think, like you said, I think they would both be serving her.
See, and this is another thing that where lines get very blurry to me. See, we're gonna cut this, but after this, because another thing, it's like all of the thing with me, and then the threesomes, and then the trains, and it's like all of it is just like it just seems very messy. A lot of fluids,
Definitely.
a lot of gray area. There needs to be a lot of communication. And I feel like that ruins sex because it's like based on a feeling and how you feel.
Right. Because sex is
it's like
communication by itself.
Then it's like, okay, so if you're in this relationship with this dude and you guys are like, oh, we were looking for a unicorn. Now it's like, and like I said, I done been in some situations. I didn't, I'm very open. So I've been a unicorn. Okay. So, but there was always boundaries and rules. And the first thing, I would never go to the guy first. I would always go to the girl. Please don't try to kill me in this room. I'm trying to figure out what is okay with you and they always got a list of shit that you can't do. It's always a list of things that they're not comfortable with. So it's like,
you're saying, like you never experienced this. Have you never experienced this?
Falls to the wall.
I never experienced that.
Never a list of things you can't do?
Never a list.
Yeah.
You just walk in and get it popping?
I've only been in a unicorn situation once, but I realized it's not really for me. Kind of like you were saying, it can get messy and it's just like not something I want like a serious relationship. So I don't, it's not for me. That's like, okay.
I feel like the boundary thing is something that would just automatically happen.
It would
yo, we're trying to do this. I feel like, like you said, the female would probably take care of that because as a man,
no, they're just like, oh, it's cool.
Yeah, we fucking.
And then next thing you know, you're stabbed.
Right. Like if I was just looking at her in the eyes like that while you was fucking her. Like, whoa, I can't look at this bitch.
I seen the meme where the dude was like, I messed up. My girl's mad at me because I came in the other bitch.
Whoa.
Like apparently that's like not okay.
Which is crazy though, because you would think like, yo, we got a new business here. You spot to come. That's crazy.
That's the difference of how simple men are with the list that the girls are gonna give the other girl of things that you cannot do. They don't want you to kiss. They don't want you to do this. They don't want you to do that. They don't even really want you to fuck. They just want you to pretty much eat their cooch and fucking. There's like a whole bunch of bullshit. And I'm like, this is not fun. Sex is supposed to be like we have a connection to each other. It happens naturally. My body's reacting to you. Like
if I was to ever go the distance and let a female bring another dude in, he can't twinkie you. He can't twinkie you in no way possible.
What is twinkie?
Cream filling inside of you.
Oh my god!
Come inside of you and your mouth. Well, because I need that afterwards.
Sorry.
Especially if I fuck with you. If I fuck with you, like I'm gonna think about this dude came in your mouth this whole time.
The boundaries.
Super boundary.
Yeah.
I can't see that. Whoa. Keep
And
that
then-
in secret,
And
bitch.
then with those boundaries, I don't feel equal.
Yeah, no. If you're in a polyamorous situation, is that what you're saying?
No, like in a polygamy threesome type situation. That's why I feel like they're so tricky.
I mean, but in a threesome situation, do you feel like you should be equal?
Yeah,
If you're that unicorn,
yeah,
really?
yeah.
Hmm.
I should be getting pleased too. I shouldn't be doing all
I
the
feel like you
pleasing.
should be getting pleased too, but I feel like you're not equal. You came into this,
See, that's polygamy.
but I would let you know.
When you add a third,
That's what I'm saying. That's a threesome.
you're never equal.
You can't be equal on this shit. We've been here.
Especially if
We've been
together,
together,
like,
baby.
you know,
We're established.
yeah.
Me and baby are established.
So
You're just-
I'm gonna go find me a new nigga where I can establish right off the bat, and we can
but
do
that,
that.
I'm saying in a situation where it's just a threesome, not a relationship though. Don't come in. If you came in a relationship, you have to figure out a way to make it equal.
Right.
But if we come in here just fucking bitch, you're just.
But that's the thing.
you're a
I
troll.
think with the culture now with polygamy, that's all they
That's
really
all it is.
want.
It's just
But they're
fucking.
trying to make it seem like they want like this great partnership.
Where we're
Like,
all
you guys are
putting it
just
together.
posting pictures and shit that looks good online.
I agree.
But meanwhile, your girl's gonna be crying every day because I'm gonna get dick in the morning without her. And then she's gonna be
You're
like,
loud as a
why
motherfucker,
didn't you
too."
include me?
She was
Because
down-
I want dick by myself.
Because you was downstairs cooking breakfast. We wasn't worried about
Right,
you.
bitch, go get some breakfast. I'm parched and famished from fucking all morning. Do your job. He loves you because you cook and clean all this shit up.
That's why he loves you. That's why you're here, bitch.
Right, I'm out. I'm going to the club. Motherfucker would hate for me to be the
Yeah.
unicorn because it ain't gonna work. Yeah, okay. That's all I had to add to that polygamy thing. I really just feel like it's kind of a sham. I think like people are just trying to like make it seem. I think the more technical term is people should be polyamorous. You should be able to try to love more than one person on your terms, communicate how you want to do it, whether that's in a situation where it's everyone together or separate. I feel like separate would probably be more fulfilling and give you a chance to really get to know someone and get to experience love on that level. So I think that's really dope. I think that your maturity is beautiful.
Definitely.
I think that a lot
Confidence
of
as
people,
well. Beautiful.
a lot of people, yes, and your confidence, like, because I could only, the jealousy that I have seen, the jealousy of a person I have been, I wouldn't be able to. Even now, like being more confident, I think, that was something, the jealousy wouldn't be an issue if that's something that I really wanted. But I feel like just getting to that level is so hard for a lot of people. So I commend you. And I thank you so much for coming and taking the time to be here. Is there anything else that you want to add? Any socials you want people to like follow you on? Anything like that?
No, not necessarily, not really, but just thanks for having me, and this has been fun experience. I've never done anything like this before, so I
You did a
appreciate
wonderful
it.
job. You did
Yeah.
a wonderful job. And if we ever like do another show where I feel like I want to start doing stuff where we have like panels of like people to kind of like give their different experiences and like who they are, because for me it's very important. Communication is very important, and I feel like so many people are closed-minded, they don't understand. So making a panel of like a very well diverse group of people just helps educate people. I learned so much from this show. I learned so much from you. We always learn stuff from each other, but
Yeah.
Elle's the same person. But he's learned a lot too. So
Definitely.
perfect. Elle, what do you got going on? Where can they find you?
I don't really have much going on. I don't think. What do I got going on? Yeah, nothing really. I'm not doing shit. I'm going to your parties.
Yeah.
I've been relaxing. I've just been chilling, man. I just been out the way.
Well,
hella music
he
dropping.
he says that, but I'm gonna piggyback because so right now we're in LX3 Studios. We have it's beautiful in here. You
Oh,
did
yeah.
a fabulous job
Thank you.
with the renovations of the studio. We are like everything that you see, these back panels back here, everything. He did all of this like by yourself.
Me and Frankie.
Okay, but probably just more so you. Frankie was like, do this.
Yeah,
Here's
yeah.
a picture. Do that. So LX3 Studio is located in Tacoma, Washington. We have podcast podcast space here. We have
Definitely.
space for photo shoots. We also have a studio as well. You guys rent out equipment?
We rent out everything. Everything is rentable. Anything, everything is rentable.
And L is like, he makes my show cool looking. He makes me look cool looking. He can make you look cool, but probably not as cool as me because I'm his favorite.
right.
But he can do all of this stuff too. So just reach out to him. He's Long Live L Rock on everything.
On everything.
And
yeah.
he's a rapper too, a really good one. He's missing a lot of stuff. I think he's just rusty.
Yeah, man, it's been a while. It's been the first show back in a while, man. It's been like what, 6 months?
It's been a minute. I
Sheesh.
get really, really busy.
Yeah.
And then I have this little baby who just we made it work though.
Yeah,
Look,
we
she's
made it
asleep.
work. Yeah, right.
Out.
Out like a motherfucking out.
Alrighty. Can I promote my
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's
stuff?
get it. Let's get it.
Okay, next weekend we have Ink and Ice.
Oh,
That is
that's the wrong one. Hold on. Like, can you promote it? Hell yeah, you can promote it.
Yes.
Let's go. Ink
So-
Eyes. Boom. Let's go.
Okay, so on the 14th of October from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., we have Ink and Ice. It is a tattoo and piercing party. We have 3 dope artists that are going to be there. We have food. We have an infused menu. We have a bunch of vendors. Come out, get your ink done, get some piercings. We have tooth gem artists. I think I'm going to get a tattoo. I think I'm trying to figure out what else I could get pierced. I'm not really big on the piercings. I got my tongue pierced twice a long time ago. But I think I'm gonna just do like another hole in my ear, something simple. And then I'm gonna get me a tooth gem. But yeah, tickets are pre-sale right now. DM me if you need information for those. We have pre-sale just for regular entry, food, infused food. It's gonna be a fucking vibe. So you do not want to miss it. And then
Get my
at the
LX3 tattoo.
at the end of the month, we have Project Halloween. And if you know anything about the Project series, they are fucking lit. Okay. You do not want to miss this party. Project Gemini was probably, wow, that was one of the funnest parties I've ever been to in a long time. And you know, we're all about the vibes. You know, it's never no drama. I'm hosting it with my boyfriend. If you know Q, he is Champagne Don, okay? He had 41 bottles of champagne at the last party. For the first 25 people who buy, oh, it might be over. I think I already sold 20 tickets today. Anyways, I'm doing a pre-sale, $10 pre-sale today. It was just for the group, but if you're watching this show and you would like to come, tickets are $10 today. They'll be $20 after tomorrow. They will be $35 at the door. First 25 people will get free champagne. It could be a glass, it could be a bottle. It just depends on what we got going on. Yeah, you do not want to miss it. I'm gonna be sexy red for Halloween, so I'm super excited. You're like, what? Yeah, I'm gonna be sexy red. I gotta get the tattoos and stuff, and yeah, I'm excited. But anyways, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to our show. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys are open to new experiences and just what life has to offer. I think that love is love no matter what. And you should just want to be with people who are going to love you and let you be the best person that you can be.
Definitely.
And remember, there are 2 things that never go out of style: being legendary and being dope. Thank you.
Yeah.